Okay, whoever is joining in, I would like to tell you, attend these webinars continuously. I'll be doing Java topics one by one in a structured path. It's not that I'm going to randomly pick up one topic and do it. So we have been doing from the basics, right? So arrays alone, I have just given you an intro, that's all. But in the last session, we have seen about how to work with constructors. So now we are moving on to the OOPS concepts. So whoever is interested to attend the webinar, out of interest, I am doing it. So please do continue attending it. Maybe I was planning for weekly 2 days, but it is not possible. So I will be doing it on every Monday. Okay. So I think heads up, let us get started. So those who are new for my session, let me introduce about me. I'm Sripriya here. I'm a corporate trainer for nearly 18 plus years. I have trained both freshers and laterals from different corporates in Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad. My expertise is in Java and Java full stack training. My interest is to transition freshers into Java full stack developers. Okay. Now, let us get started. So today's topic, what we were telling is like about polymorphism, right? Polymorphism. Guys, those who are new for this webinar, we have just done the basics of Java, but do not worry, every topic is going to be an independent topic. I will just start from the very basic of what actually it is, and we will be doing a program in Eclipse. Okay. So what is polymorphism? Polymorphism comes under an object-oriented concept, correct? Object-oriented concept. Under polymorphism, we have overloading and overriding. So what exactly it is? Let us see that. Yeah, I will share the link of the previous sessions, recorded link of the previous sessions, both in the WhatsApp community and here in the end. So as of now, let us get started with the concepts, because I do not want to waste the time talking and or advertising myself or talking about myself. The whole concept is take a topic, learn it, understand it, and I want you guys to try it at home whenever it is possible. Fine? Okay. Now let me open my snipping tool. And guys, the interaction is very less. I expect everybody to interact. Only then when you ask questions, your doubts will be clarified. Or else you will be taking the input just like what I am giving. But I am expecting more questions this time, because we are moving on to the core concepts. So under OOPS, we are having polymorphism. Under polymorphism, we have overloading, which is also called as compile time polymorphism, and overriding, which is runtime polymorphism. Okay. What is polymorphism? Poly means many. Morph means forms. One name, just one single name, taking different forms. Very good. One name taking many forms is called as polymorphism. What exactly is the meaning of it? Suppose say, I am talking about a single keyword, move. If you talk about move, the way a human moves is completely different from the way a truck is moving, which is also completely different from the way a duck is moving. Right? So when you talk about move, it is one single name, but the way it is going to perform behaves in a different way. Or you think about yourself in one place. I will like take me as an example. In one place, I'm a daughter. In one place, I'm a wife. In one place, I'm a mother. In one place, I'm a trainer. In one place, I'm a student. In one place, I'm a customer. So only one person, Priya, taking different forms. That is polymorphism. Okay, why did they come with this concept of polymorphism? Let us understand it. So under polymorphism, we are having compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. What is compile time polymorphism? It is also called as overloading. Most of you, I know you are from CS background or you are learning Java all by yourself. I understand that. But let us understand what is the difference between overloading and overriding. Yeah, shape means a circle, triangle, that is fine. So under runtime polymorphism, we are having overriding. So in today's webinar, let us discuss about overloading. Sometimes whenever people are teaching something, like what you feel is, oh my God, I'm overloaded with so many concepts. Or when you're having so many works, what you will tell, like I'm overloaded, I have to go to the bank, I have to go to the gym, then I have to go to the doctor, I have to come and pick up my child. So many works I am having. So it means that I'm overloaded with different forms of work. So that is overloading. So now in today's session, let us discuss on what is compile time polymorphism, where it occurs, and how it is occurring. Okay, let us discuss that. Now, when you say overloading, under overloading, a method or a constructor can be overloaded with 0 to any number of parameters. What is the meaning of overloaded? Means when I create a method, I simply create a method as call. If I am going to overload it with one extra parameter, it is int x. Then I can overload it with int x comma int y. Right? And then I can overload it with int x comma string x. Like that I can overload it. Correct? So this concept is called as overloading. I hope you can understand it. Okay. So in this case, because we are doing it on a method, this is called as method overloading. Getting it? Now, similarly, I have a constructor. You all know how to create a constructor. Suppose I am having an employee class. In the previous session also, we discussed like what is a constructor, what is the purpose of constructor, and how constructors can be overloaded. Now I can have a constructor without any parameter. This is called as a default constructor. Now what I can do? Employee means he will have some properties, right? I need to initialize the properties. So my employee can have one parameter, string name. Okay. Then I can have one other constructor with string name and double ID. Sorry, double salary. Now I can create another constructor with string name, comma, string city. So it means when you talk about overloading, means I am overloaded with so much of food also, we say, right? So it means the method or constructor is overloaded with 0 to any number of parameters. That is okay, fine. Is there any rule for overloading? Yes. In case of overloading, there is only one single rule. Either the number of parameters or the data type should be different. What is the meaning of it? Now let us see that example. So I will just take this example of method overloading. In case of method overloading, what we have done, okay, let me just delete everything. Now let us take one single example. I have a method area. Okay, let me have a shape class. We will do the same example only so that it is easier for us also to understand. I'm having a shape class. In the shape class, I'm having an area method. I want to calculate the area of square. So what I can write? Guys, first let us understand what is overloading. What is the rule for overloading? And then we will understand why I should use overloading. Why are you giving all the work to me? That is the meaning, right? So here area in text, I want to calculate the area of square. So I have given this method. Let us have the return type as void. Now I want to overload this method. What is the criteria for this overloading? Either the number of parameters or the data type should be different. Now I want to calculate the area of circle. Can I give int x? I cannot, because already there is an area method with int x as parameter. So if I try to give the same variable, even if you give a different variable name int a, it will not work. The reason is both are having the same data type. So here I should change the data type double A. Okay, so now this is I am trying to calculate the area of circle. Next, I want to calculate the area of rectangle. So what I can write? Area int x comma int y. So in this case, the number of parameters is different from these two. So this will work perfectly fine. Now I want to calculate the area of rectangle. So how many parameters does rectangle need? It also needs base and height. Half into base into height. But can I use, okay, now can I give int x comma int y? It is not possible. Can I give int y comma int x? You're just changing the variable name. That also is not possible. So what is that we have seen? Okay, fine, you go for two parameters, but the data type should be different. So what I will do, I'll change this to float b. I hope it is clear. So either the number of parameters or the data type of the parameter should be different. So this concept is called as overloading. I hope it is clear for everybody. So you can have, what about the return type? It is not mandatory that I should have the same return type. I can have it as int, I can have it as double, I can give whatever return type I want. This is very, very important thing that you need to know. Then there is one interesting thing. Then I was just wondering, why do we need overloading? I can simply write, if I want to calculate the area of square, I can write it as area SQ. If I want to calculate the area of triangle, I can write area triangle. If I want to calculate the area of circle, I can write area circle. Correct? Why should why should I write, give area and be very cautious? Okay, this fellow is taking int, so I cannot use int, I have to use double A. So why should I be cautious? Any idea, guys? Area parallelogram. Now here also I have to pass parameters. Any idea? Why are we not using this? Why are you going for this? Anybody? Anyone?
We can use the same calling method.
Yeah, correct. Here also, see, if I want to call this one, like what I will do, I will give area of 10. If I want to call, in this case, if I am having this as int x, this as int x comma int y, this also as int x. Here what I can do, I can give it as area SQ by passing 10. So what is the difference? Just think and tell me, anybody? Here I am having area. Here it is area square, area rectangle, area triangle, area parallelogram, area trapezium, area rectangle. I can have any number of methods. But here I am using area. Why should I do that?
Left side is easy to call.
In the sense, how? Easy to call in the sense?
We just need to change the parameter.
Okay. Here also the same thing, na? Like here also I'm going to give int x comma int y. Like, say, just like how I have given, but only the names are different. So what is that? What? Very good. To remember the method names. More than easy to call, it is very difficult to remember the method names. So you see, sometimes it happens no, in your college or in your office, there will be so many people with the same name. In my time, when I was studying in college, there were so many people with the same name Priya. N Priya, O Priya, Shri Priya, Shanmo Priya, S Priya, this Priya, that Priya. It is very, very difficult, right? So it is where, so how, Priyas were there. So how do you remember it? Based on the number of parameters. See, if I assume I want to calculate the area of 100 shapes, and the developer has written the code as area SQ, area triangle, area circle, area parallelogram. So, but he has given area para, area rect, instead of area rectangle, area trapezium, area cylinder, area this, area that. So many methods he has created, okay. So, it is very difficult for any person to remember all the method names. But instead, I am telling you, I am giving you one method name. Based on the number of parameters or the data type, it will provide the functionality. In case of area, if you are passing 10, oh, you will get square area. If you are passing circle 10.0, oh, you will get circle area. If you are passing two parameters 10, 20, fine, I will give you rectangle area. Guys, that is the only purpose. A developer cannot remember multiple method names. So I will give one method name with different number of parameters. Based on the number of parameters, the appropriate method will be called. What is the use? I don't have to remember method names, we have told. In real scenario, in Java API, if you take toString method, actually, what is the purpose of toString? You can convert an integer into a string representative. That is, if I am having a 10, I can convert it into double quotes 10. There are scenarios where you need it, okay. If I'm having 20, I can convert it into double quotes 20. This way I can convert it. Now, there are places where I want to convert this 10 This 10 is a decimal. Okay, or I will give. I want to convert this 12 to double quotes 12. This is okay, fine. Now I am having a number 1010. This is a binary value. I hope you all can understand. This is a binary value. I am passing a binary value. I want to convert this binary value into 1010. So I have to inform the compiler, hey, I am passing a binary value. Don't confuse this to be a decimal value. I need to inform it, right? So if you notice, there are methods in toString. In Java.lang API, toString method. First, initially it takes only a simple string. You can just pass a number. toString, right? toString of, you can pass, if I pass 1010, I can pass the radix. There is a real method also, two binary string. I am not good in Java. I cannot remember all the method names. I just want to convert my value into a string. Tell me one method. So instead of remembering this, I can remember the toString method, which takes two parameters. The first parameter is the original value. The second parameter is the radix. Radix means what? I hope you guys know it. Numbering system is there, na? Like a decimal numbering system, then binary numbering system, hexadecimal numbering system. Suppose say if I'm passing 18. 18 for me is not a decimal value, it is a hexadecimal value. So I have to pass 16. I hope you can understand. Suppose if I pass 18 and if I pass 8, octal, 8 is not available in octal, it will give you a compiler error. So guys, please understand, the purpose of overloading is not for anything big. Okay, how did I come to know this? When I was learning Java years before, literally 23 years before. So that time and all, we didn't have so much of reference just like how you guys are having it. There was only one Bible, that is the complete reference. In that one single line, he has given the statement. The purpose of overloading is you don't have to remember multiple method names. Just with one method name area, based on the number of parameters, the appropriate functionality will be called. Suppose I want to find the volume of different shapes. Volume of cylinder, volume of cube, volume of what is that here, like sphere. So if I want to find the volume of different shapes, I don't have to create volume cube, volume square, volume sphere, but I will have one single method volume. Based on the parameters, it has to do the appropriate functionality. So I hope the concept is clear. Now let us go to the Eclipse and we will try it out. Any questions in this? Guys, whenever you are learning, first ensure that you are very clear with the concept. The clear with the concept means first what exactly it is. What is it? So we have understood what is overloading. Then why it is used. We have seen why it is used. The purpose is like you don't have to remember multiple method names. Then how it is implemented in Java. How and where are we going to implement in Java? First, I will show you with our own example. And then what we will do is we will see the real example that is there in the Java API. Okay. The toString method, I will explain it again. Don't worry when I am doing the program. Okay, because when I'm just telling it randomly raw here, you will not understand. In the code itself, I will explain. Okay, those who are new to this particular webinar, we are going to use an IDE. IDE means Integrated Development Environment. When you want to work with Java, I started my career with Notepad. But now you guys are all so very lucky. So you can use IDEs like Notepad++, VS Code. So many things are there. Like for me, my personal favorite is Eclipse. Eclipse is very, very supportive. It helps you to create the Java project very easily. So for downloading Eclipse, yeah, very good, IntelliJ. Many people in corporates, in certain corporates, they prefer to use IntelliJ. When you are working with IntelliJ, you can create it as a Java project and you can run it. Okay. And excuse me. But my personal favorite is Eclipse because Eclipse support system is good. In case of IntelliJ, it will still make you more lazy by giving you all the methods. The content assist in case of IntelliJ is very wide and faster compared to Eclipse. Okay, in case if you want to use Eclipse, go to the browser, download Eclipse. Actually, you will not be downloading the exact Eclipse. You will be downloading the Eclipse installer. Okay, after taking the Eclipse installer, you have to double click on it. It will say what is that, it will ask you which Eclipse should I install for you. You need to install Eclipse for web enterprise application. Okay, see, I will just show you that and then we will directly jump. See, I have downloaded Eclipse. Now when I double click on it, this is an installer, okay? This is not the original Eclipse itself. Earlier and all, we used to download and work on Eclipse. There were with usually come with different names. Eclipse, Helios, this and that. I also forgot the name. So many we have worked. Every time we have to what is that update? But now it is available as an installer. When you double click on it, you download it from the net. When you double click on it, it will ask you which version of Eclipse you want. We are working with Java. So you can select the first one or the second one. But if you are going to work with a database or Hibernate or Spring or web application, it is not enough with Java developers. You have to select the second one. So when you click on this, automatically it will start asking you which is the version of Java you have. Please download the latest version JDK 17. It is LTS, long-term stable version. And you'll have to give the folder where you want to download this Eclipse. So automatically it will be downloaded and installed. That's all. That is the process. Okay. Now once it is done, you have to open Eclipse. When you open Eclipse, it will come something like this. A window will open automatically and you will first get only this Eclipse IDE launcher. Here you need to specify the folder where you want to add your projects. It is like a workspace. In one single workspace, I can have any number of projects. Please understand, a workspace is not a project. Within one workspace, I can have multiple projects. If you notice, all these are individual projects in one particular workspace, Java new 23. Now I am explicitly creating another workspace with the name webinar. Click launch. Now automatically it has to open. Okay. Now Eclipse has opened. This is how it will open for you, a new window. Now the first step is close the welcome screen. Whatever you are seeing on your left hand side will be Package Explorer. The middle part is the place where you will be adding your code. The bottom part is the place where you will be getting your output. And because we have downloaded Eclipse for Enterprise Edition, this will come as Project Explorer. So this perspective means what? View. What actually you want. If you are going to work with Java, you need a place to write Java code. Then you need a place to run it. That is the console. Okay. But if you are going to, so that is those are the two things that you need. But if you are going to work in a web application, then you need a window for server. You can see in the bottom, window for server. You need a window for database. You need to see what is happening in the terminal. So for all that, it is given over here because it is EE. But what I am working with, I am working with Java, right? So I can pick and choose what I want. Actually, if you notice, I can go to window, perspective, open perspective. I can select Java. Now when I select Java, automatically now this will change to Package Explorer. It is not necessary. Again, I am repeating. Even if you don't select it, your Eclipse will work perfectly fine. But the thing is, automatically it will shift to this one. And in the bottom, you will be getting your console. Now let us create a project. For creating it, either you can select from here or go to File, New Java Project. Now let us give a name for our project. So remember, within this webinar folder, we are creating a project. So now polymorphism demo. Okay. See the folder structure, Eclipse examples, webinar, under which I am having polymorphism demo. And what is the environment like? In which version of Java we are working with? Java SE17. Okay. And whenever you are compiling, automatically a class file will be generated. Usually in case of Notepad, it will be generated in the same folder. But I don't want it in the same folder. That is, so usually your application structure is, we are under webinar. We are in webinar, right? Under webinar, we have created polymorphism demo, under which you will have a folder with the name SRC. Under SRC, SRC is source, okay? Under SRC, you cannot create any Java file directly. Means you cannot go and create demo.java, no lowercase. Remember, no lowercase. Because Eclipse will not understand. This is a framework. You need to follow the framework. If you are going to, if you are taking your vehicle in a place where there are no traffic lights or, traffic lights, then what you will do, you'll be going faster and you're not bothered about the other lights, right? But if there is a traffic signal, you have to obey the traffic signal because it is the rule setup. Similarly, when you're using Eclipse, you need to follow the, excuse me, follow the process what Eclipse has. So under source, we cannot give and create any file directly. Every file has a structure. It has to be created inside a package. What is the meaning of a package? Package is nothing but a folder. It is a color. Package means, say, okay, I'll tell you a very simple example. You all have laptops. So what you do, if you're studying in college, you will be having some folder with the name college and you will have something with personal. Excuse me. Under college also, you'll have folder for assignments, you'll have folder for assessments, and under personal also, you'll have folder like for your resume and other things. Resume, profile, maybe profile, within which you will have all the stuff. And like if you are having interview questions, like you will have some interview. And if you are having albums, you will add albums. Under albums, which place you have gone, accordingly, you will separate it, right? So what is the meaning of it? They are nothing but folders. Similarly, here also, whenever you are creating a Java file, they should be folders only. So this folder is nothing but a collection of Java files. Very good. Now, how do I create a folder? What name should be? The folder should be reverse URL. This all I have talked on the previous videos. You can go into that and watch it. So now the reverse URL, what I want to give is com.sristi.training. Okay. Now, com is a folder, Shristi is a folder, training is a folder, under which I will give the file demo.java. This is how you have to create. Now, when you see the file, it is like an initial, just like how we are having initials, this will have initial, com.sristi.training.demo. That is how it will be remembered. Why? Because in some other folder, com.sristi.trial, there also I can have demo.java. This demo is different from this demo. I told you no. S Priya is different from N Priya. S is the initial for that Priya. N is the initial for this Priya. That's how it is. Okay, now let us see an example. I'll directly go here. And now in this case, okay, when you compile, the class file will be separately added. It will be added to a folder called as bin folder. Okay. Let me close this. Other things you can leave it as such, click finish. Now let me open this in the SRC. Now first let us create a shape class. Class, select SRC, right click, new class. The package name mandatory you need to give com.sristi.training. You can give any package name. Usually it will be reverse URL based on the project in which you are working and based on the layer in which you are working. Because I am from Shristi, I am just giving it as Shristi. Now let me give the class name. Class name is shape, yes capital. And the class is public by default. Many of you have a problem, like always you are confused whether a class can be private or protected. It cannot be. So that is why, see, it is not even visible over here. Click finish. Now in the shape class, let us add the methods. We were discussing few methods. So let us add the methods. Void area int x. So I want to print it system.out.println. This is square area plus x into x. Now let us create one more method. Void area. So it's giving me an error because the method name is same. The parameter list is also same. So what we have to do? We have to change it to double x. And let me change it to circle. Now I can give it as math.pi, pi r squared, right? Star x. I assume this r, this is nothing but the radius. Now let us add the next method. So this time again it will give me an error, one parameter. Let me change it to 2 parameter. And let me have the return type as int x. Int. So this time let us have it as return x plus y. Sorry, x star y. Right? And we will have one last method.
Ma'am, why we haven't used a specifier before method?
Okay, here. So what are the access specifiers that are available? It is public, private, default or protected. So if I give private, it cannot be accessed outside. But I have not added anything in front of the method. So it means the access specifier is default or friendly. Got it clear?
That means it is a public method.
No. The access specifier, this is called as default access specifier. If you do not add anything in front of the method or variable, it is called as default or friendly access specifier. Now see, in this case, I have got public class. If I remove this, then it is called as default access specifier. That's all.
Okay, we can add it or leave it as it.
Yes. But in case of class, it's always better to have it as a public class. But what about the methods? Suppose I am having 3 methods. I don't want others in a different package to use it. So what I have to do? I should not add anything in front of the method. If I make it public, anybody from anywhere can access my method. If I make it private, it is visible only in this particular class. Nobody can access it outside this class. While doing, I will show you. I'll show you while doing it now. Okay. So now here in this case, let me have it as double int x. So this one, let me change it to float y. Okay, so this is my class. So I have created a shape class with 4 methods, each method having its own set of parameters. Now, what is the next step? What about public static void main? Of course, I can add public static void main in the same class itself, but that is not the right approach. Always create a separate class from the calling class, because this is a class which is going, separate class from the working class. This is a working class which is going to do all the work for you. The calling class is like a receptionist, which will go and call all these methods and get the work done. So now let us select the package, right click, new class. See here, if I select package, you are not adding anything in front of the method, that's all. Let me give the class name as demo. Select public static void main, click finish. See, if I don't add anything in front of the method, select package, it is called as default or friendly access specifier. That is package level only. See the symbol also, it will be in blue color. That is the difference. Now I'll make it as public. Okay. Now we need to call the method of the shape class. So what are all the methods available? Let us try to call one by one method. First, I need to create an object of shape. Shape is equal to new shape. Now, what actually we are going to discuss is why overloading is called as compile time polymorphism. Only main class to create access specifier, not required at all. Every class will have its own access specifier. So this, it is up to you. Mostly in Java applications, we will create classes with public access specifier. Okay, if I don't want a particular class to be accessed outside a package, then I will use without public access specifier. But what about the methods? The methods have a choice. You can give it as private if you don't want others to use your method. See now, in this case itself, Now see, I will make this as private. Now if I try to call, see the method, shape dot. See, only, see guys, can you see this green color? The green color thing means their methods are public. That is in case of Eclipse, okay. Eclipse is giving you an idea. The green color means public. Blue color means it is default access specifier. And you are having protected also. I'm just saying this to protected. Now if you see here. Protected is what? Yellow color. Blue means default. Green means public. It is available everywhere. But what about this one? These two are default. What about private? Private is not even visible to outside this class. That is why you are not even able to see it. If you want, if I am copying this, and if I am adding it here in the same class itself, now if I give control space, red color you will get. See? My method, even if it is private, I can access it. But outside the class, I cannot access it. Getting it? Now are you clear? So what about default? I can have default because they are in the same package only. So I can have it as default. When will you use public? You are creating a very nice application. You want everybody to use your method. So you have to make it public. Only then others can use your method. Okay. If you want the method to be used only within that particular folder, within that particular package, then you give it as default like this, whatever I have given. Fine. Okay. Now let us call the method shape dot area. The first method is index. I'm passing 10. This will work perfectly fine. Next one is shape dot area of 10.2. This is for area of circle. This also you all know. The third one you all know. What it is returning an int value. So I will write it as int rectangle equal to. Guys, I hope you all know this. You are going to call a method using the shape reference. Shape dot area of 10, 20. Now, in the next line, print rectangle plus rectangle. This is okay. And the last one is, it is returning a double value. So I need to call it as double triangle is equal to shape dot area of 10, float. So I will give it as 20.8 F. You should not leave it like this because this is double. If you give 20.8 F, it is double. Munish, whatever you have given is correct. You can have public class A, public class B, public class main. All the classes can be public. It is not an issue at all. In real-time projects, you will be seeing all the classes as public only. Okay. Guys, 20.8 is not float, it is double. Because by default, all the decimal values are double. So you should add a F at the end. Fine. Now this is triangle. So let me add it as triangle. And let us see the output. This time, let me give it as 1 and 2. Okay. Now let me save and we will run this. For running it, which class will you run? Run the class which is having public static void main. Right click, run as Java application. Let us see the console. So where is the console? Console should be on the bottom. See here. It's giving the value. Square is 100, circle. Let us see that. Now, I hope everybody can hear me, right? Yes?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you all hear me? Yeah. Now, so for this, now what I will do is assume, yes, I think today's in our community also somebody was asking a question. So assume I am just commenting this particular part of the code. I don't have this code at all in my shape class. Or assume there is a shape class written by somebody. I am writing this demo class. Now I am getting the user input. The user is giving the value 10. I hope I will repeat it. Some ABC person has written this shape class. Okay. Or some person with the name, okay. Some Raju has written this shape class. Okay, so I don't know what is his code, how many methods he's having. He has given just the spec saying area, double area, index, int y, index, float y. Now what happens is, so I am an intermediate person. I am writing this demo class. I am getting the user input. This user is giving me the value as 10. Now what will happen? Now this user is giving me the value as 10. What will happen? Will it give me a compiler error? Do you have a method of void area with the index? Guys, anybody? What will happen? Will this compile fine or will it give me an error? Anyone? Okay, I will tell you. See, now I have passed 10. Now what it will do is, guys, it is something like you are going to a library or you are going to maybe you are going to a library or you are going to a hotel or you are going to a pub. What is happening is when you are going there, you don't have your friend. You are not seeing any college friend or you are not seeing anybody any familiar face. So what you will do, you will try to connect to a person either from your place. What you will do? Okay, fine. He is from my place. I will connect to him. Or okay, fine. He is from my locality. At least he is staying in the same place where I am staying. So I will talk with him and I will become friend and I will enjoy the show with him. Right? When we go to a magic show, when we go to a comedy show, when we go alone, we will try to communicate and we will try to gel with a particular person. Similarly, this 10 is coming here. It is not having intakes. So what it will try to do is, it will try to upcast itself. Guys, understand? This 10 automatically will be upcasted to double. What will be the value now? It is 10.0. That is why we are not getting any compiler error. Getting it? So I am going there. So assume there is a stand-up comedy happening in Bangalore. So I am going to that place. I'm going all alone. I'm seeing everybody is strangers. I don't know anybody. So what I have to do? Somehow I have to make a person. So there are so many people there. So what I will do? I'll try to find a person who is from my locality or from my language or from my age group. This is what you guys also do, right? You are going to a motorbike race. You want to see a race. You are going to a cricket stadium or you are going to a football stadium. What you do, if you cannot make any friend, you'll try to chit chat with the person who is sitting next to you or 4 tables before. What you will do, you will check whether, first thing is we'll check whether they are from our language. It is true, guys. Okay. The next thing what we will do, okay, fine, at least he is from my locality. Second one. Locality means I am not from this place, but I am from a different place. I am staying here. Okay, he is also from my locality, very good. Or he is from my age group. All these 3 things we will see. Then we will automatically gel with that particular person. Similarly, this fellow is coming here. He is not having his own method because he is not having any partner. He is trying to convert himself to double, upcast itself and become double. So now, when we run this, we will get an output, proper output, but it will print the circle area. So what is happening? It is trying to accommodate itself. Remember, this is not written by me. Somebody has written the code already. So I have to match it. Now, let me do the next thing. This happens during the compile time itself. Okay. Now I will comment this double X. Now what is happening? Shape.area of I am passing a double value. Do you have a method with double value? So it is coming here. Guys, I am going to a party. Okay, or assume that they have called me a party. I am going there. Everyone is like only kids. I cannot accommodate with the kids. Think that I cannot. All are kids below like 10 years or 7 years. Can I sit and enjoy the party with them? It is not possible. So automatically it will give compiler error. Assume you are going to a comedy show. When you are going there, you are seeing people only of my age, 40 years and above. Will you sit there and watch the show? You will all say it is cringe. Who will sit and watch this boomer show and you will come off, right? Same scenario. Here I am passing 10.2. But actually I don't have a accommodating method. So it is giving me a compiler error. But somehow I have to match it. What should I do? Anybody? Somehow I have to match here. From here to this place, I need to match. So what should I do? I have to do some magic.
Downcast.
Very good. This 10.2 is given by the user. User is giving me some value. I have to match it in such a way that the other value, when it goes to the other side, it is getting the corresponding thing. That's what in the previous time itself I told you in case of typecasting. The user is giving me a white paper. but what the other end is expecting, orange color paper. So I have to dip into orange color paint and I should give it to the other end. Similarly, it is 10.2. So I have to downcast here to int. So automatically this, what will be the value here now in this case? What is the value that is getting passed?
10.
Very good, excellent. 2 will be truncated and it will print 100. Now let us see the output. Clear? So this is the concept of typecasting. Sorry, overloading. This overloading, what it will do, it will try to find a matching method. If the matching method is not available, it is your duty as a developer. It is your duty. Somehow you have to match the method. Why? In Java APIs, there are n number of methods available. If at all, if you are trying to call any method like that, you should check whether the appropriate method with that particular parameter is available. If it is not there, you should do the conversion and you have to send the data. Now let me come to the next two methods. I'm having shape.area of 10, 20. Now what I will do, so this time we will uncomment this. Okay. This I will uncomment. We'll go for shape.area of 10, 20. Now this time I will comment this. Now what it has to do? Shape.area of, I'll save this. Shape.area of 10, 20. Actually, it is getting upcasted to float, but still it is giving me an error. Any guess why? Any guess why it is giving me an error?
No, storing in the.
Very good. So, if I give like this, see if you notice, automatically it is getting upcasted. 10 is int x, 20 is now becoming 20.0. It is calculating the value. It is getting converted into double. So 10 into 20, 200.0. But what I am doing, I am trying to store it in an int value. Can you store 200.0 in an int value? It is not possible. So you have to downcast it. That's all. Now the moment you downcast, the error is gone. So I hope it is clear. The purpose of overloading is you don't have to remember multiple method names. With one single method name based on the number of parameters, you can achieve this. We were discussing about toString method, right? So let me just show you that also. You see. Can you see this one? I want to convert my integer into a binary string. So what I can do? I can pass this int I value directly to hexadecimal string. So now let me just pass this 20. This is returning a string value. String s is equal to, see, so yes. Now let me run this. See the output. To binary string. I'm converting it into binary string. Now I want to convert it into hexadecimal string. So I'm just giving 2 hex string. I'm passing the same 10. Okay. And I can print it directly, right? So hexadecimal string. It will convert it into a hexadecimal value. Guys, it is double quotes 1010. Double quotes A. Can you see? But I cannot remember all these method names. Instead of giving it like this, I can use one single method name. See, integer dot toString of int I by passing the radix. What I can do? I can pass toString of x. Okay, give me the hexadecimal representation. And I don't have to remember 2 hex string, 2 binary string. I don't know whether the method is 2 hexadecimal string or 2 hex string, 2 binary string or 2 bin string, 2 octal string or what, I don't know. But if I'm giving in this manner, it is remember. See, it's very easy for me to remember. Based on the type, automatically it is just going to give me the value. Okay. No, I don't want any representation. It is only simple normal x. Then I can use this. See, this is a overloaded method. I hope it is clear. Now let me run it. It will give the same output just like the previous case also. See. A, 10, 10 and 10. This is 10, 10. This is fine. Similarly, that let me show you one more example. Integer dot value of. Can you see? Value of, if it is taking int value, give the integer thing. I can pass string value also. I can pass string value with radix also. See, these are all overloaded methods. So now if I am not having this overloading concept, how will I write value of integer? Then again, I need to create value of string. Then again, I need to write value of binary string. See, think of the number of methods, how the user he will write, how the developer will write. This way you need to sit and write so many methods. But instead, now they are giving you a very nice option. Pass int value or pass string value, I'll cut whatever you are going to pass, I'll convert it into an integer and I will give it. Clear? So this is the only reason overloading came. Remember when, suppose say, okay, I will tell you here also, we'll talk about the concept of value of, it is expecting an int value, right? Int I or string s. So now if I am having this as a double value, double x is equal to 10.8. Again, same story. The user is giving me a value as a float value or a double value only, but it is accepting only an int value. So what I have to do? I need to downcast it to int. Because it is accepting only int value. Or what I can do, I can convert it into a string and I can change it. So I can convert this double into a string and I can send it. Or if the user is giving me a value in this manner, string y is equal to 100. Guys, remember, whenever you are having a firm, you all are expertise in online, what is that, buying. Whatever you are typing, everything, your mobile number, your, what is that here, your price range, whatever you are giving in the form, filling in the form, it will take in the form of string only. You need to explicitly convert it into integer and you have to pass it. So yeah, it is very difficult. Every time it is a pain. So instead of doing that, what I can do? Directly I can pass y1. They are giving you a choice. So if you are getting the int value, pass int value directly. If you are getting double, convert it into int, pass it. And see, one single method, but the functionality, internally if you notice the functionality will be different. Let me click on this value of, see the value of which is taking int as parameter. And the value of which is taking double as parameter, that will be different. Which is taking double as parameter. See, the value of that is taking string as parameter and the value of that is taking double as parameter, int as parameter. So functionality is different, but the number of parameters, based on the number of parameters or the data type of the parameter, the functionality varies. So this is overloading. Thanks everyone.